I would have said let me stand on existing protocol that you've established, but I think I may be getting it wrong. So in that wise, I want to humbly say a very big thank you to the chairman of today's, or chairperson of today's event, the person of our wonderful mommy, friend, and too many things in one, Ajalami Chumaka. I also want to recognize the presence of the father I've always had in the maritime industry, the person of Barrister Hassan Bello. I also want to recognize another wonderful mother of mine, Mrs. Ezenwa, a woman at her age, and still walk and run around as if she's just 30 years old. Very industrious. A woman, every woman must emulate, whether born and born. I also want to recognize a wonderful Hall of Famers here present. But permit me to specifically mention, I've also captured that in my speech, but then let me also say this. The person of Her Excellency, Aisha Atukbagudu, meeting her for the first time gave me a very big impression. But usually when they talk about, sometimes, permit me to use this word, northern women, you think that it's just, oh, we know the likes of Ajalami Tumaka, you know, cerebral and then very educated, talk anywhere, could walk in anywhere. But meeting her, you think maybe some governors were just, oh, sit down and look. But then, first impression was, in fact, very infectious. I learned so much from meeting her. So I want to use the opportunity to also say thank you very much. And I also must not miss out the caterpillar we have in this program, the person of Hajia Mahmoud. She was so wonderful, I'm telling you. She calls every night, calls every morning. Have you done this? Have you written this letter? We have to do this, we have to do that. Honestly, we couldn't have had it better than that. So, moving into Abuja, we thought it was going to just be maybe 5 people around because this is not our base. But she's one of those that gave us hope. And then our own Lami Tumaka, in fact, she raised the bar. Despite the initial, hiccups we had. And then I must say again, the moment who started it all, the person of Mrs. Ezenwa, I must tell you, she said this program was held in Abuja. He said it's a must. And then suddenly a spirit, just got into me and started pushing. And here it is success by the grace of God. On this ground, I recognize all the Amazons as well. And then let me just now stand the other protocol aside. Thank you very much. Then, do I say on behalf of MMS family that I welcome you all to this August occasion, being 2024 edition of MMS Women of Fortune Hall of Fame Induction and International Women's Leadership Summit, with the theme, Gender Equality, Influencing Policies and Upscaling Capacity in the Digital Economy. Of course, it is featuring for the second time in 12 years, Life Impact Awards. People who have distinguished themselves in the area of leadership. The relevance of this theme in the light of strings of development today in Nigeria and Africa at large cannot be overemphasized. Therefore, I am personally hopeful that with the array of technocrats and experts from different fields waiting to share perspectives on this subject matter, solutions to the challenges we have today in society will emerge. The team, of course, was carefully selected to attempt a review of the place of women in leadership, x-raying workable strategies to influence gender-related policies, how to leverage policies and technology for capacity scaling in a fast-paced digital era to enable women remain competitive in the work and marketplaces in diverse economy. There are 2 expressions in the choice of the team that underscore the meeting of today, and they are influencing policies and upscaling leadership capacity for gender inclusivity. For me, it is a strategy laid bare. But how to move from this point is for the participants here today to conclude. Permit me to observe at this point that the phrase, women support women, is largely today being abandoned by women in face of realities. I personally said, Shoyinka said, a man dies in him that does not in the face of challenges or realities. I also said that these days, woman dies in a lot of women. And I will explain this in the course of time. I said, why are women showing so much indifference when a fellow woman is facing challenges? Especially when that situation has huge potentials of changing the face of policies or conventions in a country or workplace. Instances in this case abound. I'll give you first. We had, for instance, Hadiza had issue in MPA. A lot of people were very indifferent to that, especially women. I expected a lot of women in maritime industry, association, the WISTA, the WIMA, the WIS, to rise up, not even all, but one of them to say, look, I think we must get to the root of this issue. Usually what you see that when they have such issues, when they are pushed aside from position, they begin to visit their houses on solidarity visit. Are you visiting them for them to cry or for them to take up challenges or to fight back when they've been removed? But if you had fought while you were still in the office, perhaps things would have worked out differently. Another one again is the case of a strong member of Hall of Fame here, which is Osoro, Mr. Fong Osoro. In our own time too, the same thing happened. No woman cared. And it's happening now. The Council for Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria, the woman had just been pushed aside so badly that she was also bullied by people in government. And no woman rise to say, we condemn this. And then because the circle comes and goes this way, it continues. And then how do we now influence things if you do not speak with a voice to say, look, we condemn this? I just cited these instances for us to understand what we're talking about. So I hope that this forum today will possibly give us a way out of this. The intervention of professional women groups or associations by asking and raising relevant questions on the development will enhance chances of inclusivity and diversity in gender equation. MMS One of Fortune Hall of Fame initiative is a non-governmental concern that accord women special attention and status to build leadership, managerial and entrepreneurial capacity amongst women. Today, 15 women of distinguished personalities will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, a family of leaders and mentors determined to give back to the society. The Hall of Fame is a set of phenomenal women who have seen it all in their chosen career trajectory by redefining standards and are giving back to society as role models and mentors in different capacities. Essentially, this attribute resonates with the spirit of Goal 5 of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which seeks women empowerment and by extension, poverty reduction. MMS WOFHOF initiative has a tradition of always choosing a day to mark International Women's Day while promoting charity within the month of March or April to re-emphasize the place of women in human creation, with opportunity to discover the Amazons. This is another group of people, women. This group of people is a class of special women in the family. They are jewels of special creation, ornamented with excellent features in their corded endeavors as change agents. The event of today is special to the family, thanks to our mother and outstanding Board of Trustee member, Chief Mrs. Chinwe Zemwa, who advised and insisted this edition must hold in Abuja, which we all see as a step to include our mothers and sisters in the North. It is not happenstance that we are here today. There is a place of divinity in what we are doing today. I am convinced, very, very convinced. I became even more conscious of my conviction when told that the Director General of NAPTIP, who incidentally just stepped, she came in here, she behaved like a white woman, she came in here and then felt that the program hasn't started and she moved away. MC, this is not recognition, so you have to recognize her especially because she has a place in our hearts and a place in the heart of our chairperson. So we also feel that we could strike a working collaboration with NAPTIP on reducing the incidence of girl child and women trafficking in the country. As a he for she, I am always elated when I see other men who support the cause of women. Genuinely, I appreciate the presence of Dr. Suleiman and Danusan. I don't know if she's around here now. Okay. We're giving her, a very good conviction that she'll be here. Maybe she'll be coming later. But I appreciate the fact that he identified with this program. Former DG, Security and Exchange Commission, I thank you for being here. The reception for this event, I must say, is amazingly thunderous. The chairman of today's occasion, one of the pioneer MMS Hall of Famers and vision bearer, Haja Lami Tumaka, a phenomenal woman and imperial colossus, also demonstrated that she is never tired in intellect and professionalism, despite being on retirement. She told me, and I quote, "We can pull through." Quotation ends. I can't hear claps. In spite of the early challenges encountered, she mobilized, she prayed, and called us to success. Another woman and pioneer MMS Hall of Famer and a governing council member who pulled the trigger of mobilization is Hajia Aisha Ali Ibrahim, a transportant or professional of international repute. Then followed Hajia Rabi Musa, and covertly, she's not an Amazon, she's not a Hall of Famer, that's why I say covertly, Hajia Aisha Mahmoud. Madam, could you stand for recognition, please? I want to plead with the Board of Trustees and council members that she's my candidate for next year Hall of Fame. Okay, in the course of the engagement and visit, many others left striking impressions on me in particular. I appreciate Your Excellency Hajia Aisha Atiku Bagudu. I thank you all, but not leaving out my own father, Barrister Hassan Bello, for always being there for MMS Hall of Fame family. Even now that he's retired from public office, he called to ask how we were preparing when I made a son's usual demand that a father never refuses to oblige. And he said yes. Thank you, sir. Regrettably, the MS Hall of Fame family in the last 2 years lost 3 key members. The most recent is the late music icon, Onyeka Onwenu. Earlier, we lost Lady Margaret Orekusi, another icon and queen of the maritime industry, who incidentally was our Board of Trustee chairperson. And painfully again, we lost Yalode Alaba Lawson, an astute educationalist and a serial entrepreneur who also happened to be a member of the governing council of the Hall of Fame. These were painful losses, but heaven gained. Shall we, in their honor, observe a minute silence? May the soul of the departed and years rest in perfect peace. I sincerely appreciate the support all our sponsors, corporate and individuals, and in particular, all the MS Hall of Fame, especially the governing council members led by Ambassador Dr. Kema Chikwe, her Vice Chairperson, Mrs. Fong Soro, and Mrs. Uhoma Onyaroga for their sterling support and faith in the project. Amazons too have been amazingly supportive, and I appreciate them all. For want of time, on behalf of the board, council, and management, I congratulate the class of 2024 MMS Hall of Fame inductees for having been found exceptionally worthy of being part of the family. Once again, I welcome you all to this gathering of learning and unlearning. Thank you very much for listening.